Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? It's only one way. We must all turn to the one who the world calls God. His name is Yahweh. Some people call him Yah. Some people call him Yahuwah. Some people call him Yahweh. We talking about Yah. We talking about the Heavenly Father. That's the only way to become pure. You're going to turn to him and him alone, or you will not be surviving. Period. That's what we push over here because that's what we know to be true. This is an Old Testament only channel, a Torah only channel, a Tanakh only channel. That means we don't believe in Jesus. Father, please forgive me for speaking that name. We don't believe in other names that he's called. Yeshua, Yehoshua, all kind of stuff. Buddha, Allah. We don't care nothing about none of those deities. On this channel, which you're going to find the remnant of Israel. You're going to find leftover Israelites after all these thousands of years of oppression. You're going to find some of the leftover Israelites right over here on this channel. We're scattered into all nations, into all countries, into all places on earth. And on this channel, you're going to find some of those who've been scattered into all nations. Okay? And we're turning back to our God, which is the God of Jacob and nobody else. We don't care about no religion, any of the religions. All religions are false, all of them are liars, and they all built whatever they have on your backs, the backs of you niggas out there, you Negroes, God's chosen people, scattered in all parts of the earth, calling ourselves all kind of names except for what we really are. We are the Israelites. And I am your brother, Mr. Real Talk. And this is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. And because of the nature of the content of these videos, extremely controversial, and most people on planet Earth, they don't like the kind of stuff that we talk about and the stance that we approach it from. YouTube is no different. YouTube does not like the content subject matter of this channel, so they hide the videos and they hide the channels. So every time we do a live stream, we always got to take a couple of minutes just to wait to see if any of our brothers and sisters are going to see that we're live. And then we get started. Today is no exception. As we are waiting, I want y'all to hit the like button. I want you to share this video somewhere. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And we're just going to give it a few minutes to see if any of our beloved ones who've been scattered into all nations, God's chosen ones, the children of God, the children of Yah. Because God has a name. God is not a name, it's a title. His name is Yah or Yahweh. Some people call him Yahweh. Some people call him Yahuwah. You know who we talking about. That guy, that entity, and nobody else. So we're going to wait a couple of minutes to see if any of our beloved brothers and sisters are going to get notified that we're here. And then we'll get started because I want to show you, brothers and sisters, a deep, intimate connection between the Bible, the Torah, the book of Genesis. I want to show you the connection between that and other books, banned books, books that people say you are evil if you read, books that people say you read this, God's going to kill you, You know how many times I've had Israelites come on here and tell me reading false books, pushing false books, not a shred of proof. And look, make no mistake about it. Everything is not for everybody. This channel is not your typical channel. Make no mistake about it. This channel is not your typical channel. This channel is not whatever regular is. This channel is the polar opposite of regular, if there even is such a thing. And if you're new to the channel, all you got to do is stick around for a while. You'll see, okay? But meanwhile, we will wait to see if any of our beloved brothers and sisters are going to know that we're here. So just sit back, Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Go and grab your favorite drink of Ruski. Go grab a bag of chips, some Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies, whatever floats your boat, while we sit back and chillax for a minute or two and see if any of our beloved ones gonna make it up in here. And we get ready to read today. We're gonna read some of the books that they told you God is gonna get you if you read. The books that a lot of our people claim to be fake, but most of our people, they don't have anything to prove anything that they're saying. They have emotions and they have traditions of men that have been handed to them mainly by the Pope. Okay, and we all know what the Pope would hate this channel. I'm sure the Pope does hate this channel. The Pope hates y'all only people, and they hate these kind of topics because we approach everything from the y'all only perspective. The Catholic Church, all churches, they hate channels like this. And many of our people who have not completely let go of their church ways, even though they're Hebrew Israelites, many of our people think that they despise the ways of the church, but actually they don't. Any person out there telling you, don't read this, don't read that, or God's going to get you, that is a person who has church belief in their blood, in their spirit. That's why they're vehemently, adamantly against you reading other books. In fact, on this very channel, it was quite some time ago, almost maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, maybe, we started reading other books on this channel, and it caused a tidal wave of chaos on this channel. All kind of calamities, arguing back and forth. The people even doing insults and name calling. A lot of people even left this channel. Some people pretended to leave but never left. Some people left altogether. It created quite a stir because on this channel we go against the church, and many of our people, they haven't fully made that distinction yet. But we're getting there slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, many of our people are realizing, don't you let no man or no woman tell you what to read. If you want to stand for that, if you want to go for that, you can just go back to church. Because the church told you don't read these books. So we are going against church rules on this channel. This channel is not for people who want to listen to the pastor or the pope. Look, do you know what would happen if the pope caught you reading this? Do you know what would happen if a Catholic or a Christian caught you reading this? According to them, God's going to get you, brother. And many of our people, they're on the same kind of time. If they catch you reading these books, they're going to condemn you. But we don't give a damn about none of that. Okay? We're going to serve y'all only, and we don't care who likes it. If you don't like it, tough. Hit the like button, and we're going to get started in about a minute or two. Grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack of Ruski, and get ready, beloved. And I will be reading your wonderful comments as soon as we get started. Hit that like button, Hebrew. The Pope said not to read this, y'all. All the Catholics, all the Christians, they say don't read this. They say that God's going to get us. He's going to kill us, according to the church. Shout out to the Israelites scattered in all nations, man. It takes courage to come out from under the teachings that we've been subjected to our whole life. It wasn't easy to go Yah only. It was not easy. Anybody out there who's Yah only, you know how hard it was. All the trials and tribulations you had to go through to get to where you are. And once you get to Yah only, that ain't it. There's still many false teachings that we got to get away from. Like, don't read this, don't read that. Yeah. Read it and weep to all of you Catholic Israelites out there. Most of our people, y'all, sad to say, they're Catholics. And I'm talking about even the ones who are Hebrew Israelites and know that they're Israelites. Do you know how many brothers and sisters have tried to condemn me, have tried to condemn many of you on this channel because we don't give a damn about what the church said? We read the book of Enoch, we read the book of Jubilees, and we read the book of Jasher, and we shout it from the mountaintop. So we got Catholic Hebrews amongst us. They get pissed. I remember every single time we did something on this channel that was against the Pope. Every single time on this channel we did something that went against the church or the Pope, we got Hebrew Israelites who run amok on this channel. I've had to endure all kind of crazy commentary, comments in the videos, comments in the live chats, all kind of crazy interactions from many of our people. Of course, I get these things from the heathens and the Gentiles. That goes without saying. But I get a lot of the same reaction from Israelites who know that they're Israelites. But they still fall under the don't read this, don't read that. You know how many times people have tried to tell me God's going to get me? I'm pushing false books, reading false books. Where's the proof? Because you say so, huh? Yeah, right. And what you're going to find, what I have found over the last 3 years, there's been many people out there. They want to silence your brother, Mr. Real Talk. And they want to silence any one of you out there who has the audacity to read and research for themselves. How dare you go against the Catholic Church, brother? You're evil, brother. You're reading the book of Enoch. No, Yahweh did not sanction that, brother. Where's the proof at? And you know what? Every time you ask these Negroes for proof, they're going to do the same thing the church do. They ain't going to say nothing because there is no proof. The church wanted you dumb and blind. And that's what happened. Part of the punishment for breaking Yah's laws. Yahweh himself put all kind of evil upon us. And you know what some of that evil was? I'm going to make the Israelites not smart. I'm going to make them gullible and easy to deceive. I'm going to make them believe anything that their enemies tell them to. I'm going to have their enemies tell them, you better not read these books or God is going to get you. And I'm going to make them believe that. Part of the curses, taking away the wisdom of the Israelites. See, at one point, we used to know all these things I'm saying now. It only sounds like a newsflash now because Yahweh has made us dumb. Isaiah 1 and 3. The Israelites are not smart. We only become smart when we are willing to fully submit to Yah in all of his ways, even though we might not fully understand. You don't have to understand all of Yah's ways. He'll give you enough. He'll give you enough understanding to keep you afloat and to keep you progressing. But if you won't accept what he's showing, then you're going to get stopped. Access will be denied for further wisdom until you accept the wisdom that he's showing you. And if you keep saying stuff like, only the books that the Pope agreed to, because anybody who's telling you not to read this, they're telling you that because the Pope told them that, even though they might not realize it. You got to understand, most slaves don't know that they're slaves. Okay, and I know that's going to go over a lot of people's head because this channel, this is a high vibrational channel. It's a high frequency channel, and we are trending upward. And many people, they're being left behind for various reasons. And it's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. It is what it is. You can't have high and low together in the same place because they're going to grow apart. And that's the way Yah wants it. But many people don't understand that. And it's all good. You're going to understand what Yah wants you to understand. And that's the way that this thing goes. Hit the like button if you have not already. I'm going to read a couple of comments from you wonderful sisters. And then we're going to get started. I'm not going to keep you too long, but we're going to go into the testimony of the 12 patriarchs. You see the title of this live stream. Hit the like button, beloved. And just know, if you are somebody who's searching for the truth and you're always searching for truth, wanting to get closer to Yah and everything that He has had revealed to us, people are not going to like that. People want to get you, people don't want you to read things and to learn things that they're not willing to read and learn. They want you to have the same exact understanding as they do. And anything outside of that, many of our people consider that to be blasphemy. How dare you? How dare you read these books? Hit the like button, beloved ones. Many prophecies and teachings in the Bible that you have in your house. Okay? The Bible that you have in your house, the version that you have in your house, that is the version that the Pope said is okay for you. Did you hear me? You would not have the Bible that you have in your house if the Pope said, you know what, I don't want them reading that. So understand that. We'll start there. The book that millions and millions of people got in their house, that's the acceptable version that the Pope said, okay, I don't mind if they read that. Because number one, he knows that most you niggas ain't going to read. And number two, he knows that regardless of what you read, because he owns your heart, your mind, and your soul, you can read the Bible, even the Bible that the Pope gave to you. You can read it, and you can read something in there that clearly goes against the Pope, but you still won't recognize it because the Pope told you what you read in that Bible, it means this. And instead of reading the Bible and to coming up with your own commentary, many of our people, you go with the Pope's commentary. You go with the Catholic Church commentary and the Christians. And that's why many of our people say, don't read this, don't read that, or God's going to get you. Because that's what the Pope taught the Catholics. And the Catholics taught that to the Christians. And the Christians taught that to you and me as slaves. There you go. This channel is an anti-slavery channel. So we don't care what the Pope says. We don't care what the Christians say. Anybody telling us, don't read this, don't read that, we ignore that garbage. Because we know the origins of that. And we know what that bullshit leads to. Because it's bullshit. Okay? Hit the like button if you can handle reality. Many of our people are petrified of reality. And that's why a lot of people are leaving this channel. But hey, it is what it is. Many prophecies and teachings in the Bible, right in your Old Testament and minds, come from banned holy books, like the book of Enoch, like the book of Jasher Jubilees, Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, what we're going to be reading from today, okay? Understand this, because this channel was only for high vibrating people, many people are not going to be able to grasp the comments, the context of what we're going to be reading today. And understand this, beloved, that's more than okay. Don't you ever let people try to hold you back from growing, because that's what many people are going to attempt to do. They don't want to grow, and they don't want you growing. There's a spirit of stagnation in the earth. Yah is clipping the people away. The people who want to grow, Yah is clipping them away from the people who don't want to grow and the people who are not able to grow, which is the majority of people on planet Earth, whether you're an Israelite or not. Yah is the one who decides who gets to grow, not you, not me. And many people get angry at your growth. They're never going to tell you that. It'll be disguised in other ways. I'm talking to somebody out there, and you know exactly who you are. Many people try to disguise what they're coming to you for, but it takes time and space for it to truly reveal itself. Never let a man or a woman tell you what you can read and what you can't. You're going to let another person stand in between you and your relationship with Yah. I can see if you was talking to a Levitical priest, but the Levitical priest has been destroyed. Yah destroyed it. So anyone who you're going to be getting advice from, including me, I'm not a Levitical priest, and nobody out there is. You go to Yah for yourself these days. Don't you let no man or no woman deceive you and tell you what you can read. Anybody trying to tell you what you can read, you know what they want to do? They're trying to be your pope. And we don't give a damn about the Pope. Don't you listen to anybody out there telling you, don't read the book of Jasher. Don't you read the book of Jubilees. And then you ask them why. Ask them why and ask them to show you book, chapter, and verse in the Old Testament to tell you not to read these books. It ain't there. Or else they would have been showed these scriptures. And since they can't show these scriptures, many of our people, they become furious. Lots of our people, do you know how many Israelites are angry at this channel? Are angry at some of you? Are angry at me for sure because I read these books to you. There's Israelites out there, believe it or not, if they could. And only Yah knows which one of you out there has this evil in your heart. There's Israelites out there that want something evil to happen to me. And you know what their justification would be? He's reading false books. He's leading Israel astray. He's reading from the book of Enoch. So that's why they would say they want something evil to happen to me. Because we shouldn't be reading from the book of Enoch, even though they cannot produce book, chapter, and verse. Just like the Pope can't do it. So they get angry. The Pope would kill you. He would set you on fire, hang you, feed you to dogs, do all kind of cruel things to torture you. People today, they don't have that ability, so they do things like witchcraft, or they just go inside their home and pray with a burning desire to God that God does something to us for reading these books. Don't be deceived. Don't think for a minute that there's not Israelites out there who are calling on God to bring harm to you and to me because we read from other books and we believe some things that other people don't do. So in their sick, demented, warped mind, this is many of our people. In their sick, that's that one West way of thinking. Many of our people are sick, and in their sick, demented way of thinking, it gives them the right to wish harm on you, to even ask Yah to harm you. Because I don't agree with reading from these books. You're reading from fraudulent books. Yah's going to get you. What they mean is, Yah, please get him. That's what they really mean. And there will be a price to pay for such despicable attitudes in Israel. Who cares what the heathen do? We expect that from them. But Israelites, and there's a lot of Israelites out there who behave just like that. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. We have Jacqueline. Jacqueline Israel says, Shalom, brother. Shalom to you, Jacqueline Israel. And I have to say, Jacqueline Israel, I don't think I've seen you in this loud chat before. I believe this is your first time here, but I could be wrong, sister. So you correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first time here, Jacqueline Israel, or have you been here before? Either way, I got you now, and I won't forget you. Jacqueline Israel, shalom to you. Good to have you here. How long have you been here? And how did you find this channel? Because YouTube has been hiding my channel for years. And especially since I went Yah only, they've been doubling down, tripling down, and even quadrupling down on hiding my channel, the uploads, and the live streams. So how did you find this channel, Jacqueline Israel? And how long have you been here, beloved one? We got Ashley in the building. What up, Ashley? Ashley says, Shalom, family. Shalom to you, Ashley. Always a pleasure to see you. Hope you're having a great Friday. I hope all of you are having a great Friday or whatever day this is for you. Some people, maybe you're on Saturday or maybe Thursday, wherever you are. Depending on, some people might catch this on a playback. So I don't know what day it is for whoever you are watching this at the present time. Hope it's a good day, mate. Jacqueline Israel says, Jacqueline Israel, Zahava Israel is her name. She says, Shalom, Sister Ashley. Ashley says, Shalom, Sister Jacqueline. Jacqueline Israel says they wanted to keep our eyes closed. Why, yes, they did, Jacqueline Israel. Do you know how many people have been killed? How many people have been silenced? How many people have been put to death, fed to dogs, set on fire? People had witchcraft done on them to keep them quiet. And in the good old days, the church would just set you on fire, hang you, feed you to dogs. And then as time went on, they got more uh, conniving in how they positioned themselves. They hung people after church for speaking out. They persecuted people with words, ostracizing people, making people live in fear, threatening people with harm from God for reading other books. Many of our people today, they fall on that side of the game. They're not going to set you on fire. They can't feed you to dogs, but they will threaten you with death from God. The Christians will threaten you with death from Jesus. Catholics will threaten you with death from Jesus. Israelites will threaten you with death from Yahweh. Yah only Hebrews will threaten you with death from Yah himself. They're Catholics. They all do the same thing. They will do whatever the hell it takes to keep you from reading these other books. Because see, you know what happens when you read these other books? You're going to get closer to Yah. Now, the Catholics know that. Some of the Christians know that. Our people don't know almost nothing. Our people are just slaves running off the slave energy that was handed down to them. They don't know nothing. That's why I'm not mad at the slaves who talk crazy. They don't know anything. They're completely subjugated and they're still subjugated. And that's why they tell you and me, don't read that. God's going to kill you. Same thing that the Christians say, same thing that the Catholics say. We ignore those talking points because those are Catholic talking points. A Catholic don't know nothing about God, and neither does anybody who's telling you don't read this or don't read that. At some point, you're going to have to level up spiritually, and you're going to have to know to discard rubbish teachings and rubbish sayings. It's a rubbish teaching and a rubbish saying to say don't read the book of Jasher. That's rubbish. And we can prove it reading the Tanakh, and we're going to prove it today. It's not hard to prove. It's only hard to prove when somebody wants to hold on to the teachings that they got from the Pope. On this channel, we say fuck the Pope. So that means fuck his teachings. We don't care. And that rubs the whole entire planet Earth. It rubs them wrong because most of the people on planet Earth are Catholics. Catholics are Catholics. Christians are Catholics. Hebrew Israelites who believe in Yahweh, they're Catholics. Y'all only Hebrews who tell you, don't read this, don't read that. I know that they don't think they are, but they are practicing Catholicism. Regardless of what they say, look at their actions. It's the same as a Catholic. Don't read this, don't read that. That's Catholicism. God's going to kill you for reading the book of Enoch. That's Catholicism. We don't deal with that garbage over here. That's garbage. And we know that, and so we deal with it accordingly. Can you dig it? Jacqueline Israel says they wanted to keep our eyes closed. Yes. Jacqueline Israel says, I've never been in a live chat, but I've watched your videos. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Jacqueline Israel, we're so thrilled to have you, beloved, because you know what? Yah is the one that gives the increase. Yah has been constantly bringing Hebrew Israelites, just like yourself, out of the woodwork. The Almighty of Israel himself has been constantly bringing Hebrew Israelites, the hidden ones. You've been hiding in plain sight, all of you. The nation of Israel has been hiding in all nations in plain sight, the hidden ones. who crafty counsel was taken against by Psalms 83. Psalms 83 is the one who told all of us, God's going to kill you for reading the book of Enoch. God's going to kill you for reading the book of Jasher. That's rubbish teachings. That's Psalms 83 teachings. That's Catholic teachings. That's Christian teachings. It's all the same garbage. And many of our people are holding on to garbage. And since we are separating ourselves from the garbage teachings of the church completely, that is separating us from many of our people, even the Yah only Hebrew Israelites. We are being separated amongst ourselves. Yah is the one who's doing it. It ain't us. It ain't me. It ain't you. Yah is the one who's doing it. Yah is the one who does everything, good and evil. Separation is of Yah. Contrary to popular belief, Yah is causing a great divide. And many of you are going to blame it on the devil because your understanding hasn't arrived at that point yet. But it's growth. If it's appointed for you to get there, you'll get there, and you won't be early and you won't be late. You're going to get there when you're supposed to, if you're supposed to get there. That's the beauty about growth. You get there when it's time to. In all things, beloved. It ain't no need to rush. You want to rush to do something? Rush to turn back to Yah and Him only, and everything else will take care of itself. What a time to be alive. And Yah is bringing Israelites out of the woodwork. They've been watching. I've been watching this unfold for months. And I thank Yah for it. Because He's giving me the joy and the pleasure. I'm sitting over here on the sideline in real live time. And He's giving me the eyes to see, physical and spiritual. I know what I'm looking at. And He's giving me the joy and the pleasure and the privilege of being able to sit on the sidelines and watch this happen in live time. I'm watching the time roll in live time. I'm watching Israelites from all parts of the earth. And some of them are stepping up on this channel and saying, hey, I've been watching your videos. I've been watching your lives for weeks, months. But I've never made a live. I've never commented before. And week after week, these last couple of months, I'm watching Hebrew Israelites roll in that I don't know. But they've been watching. They've been gathering with us. They've been congregating with us. And now Yah is pushing them to the forward, pushing them to the forefront because it's time. Everything happens when it's Yah's time. Yah is the one who gives the increase, and He's the one who gives the decrease. He's the one who gathers, and He's the one who scatters. People who are being repelled by this channel right now, because Yah is repelling them. The people who are being drawn closer to this channel right now, it's because Yah is drawing them. It ain't me. I'm just a nigga. But I'm smart enough to know, don't you dare resist the hand of Yah, because you're going to die if you try to do that. I know that much. I'm not the smartest nigga in the world, but I ain't the dumbest one either. I know, don't you dare stand in the way of Yah. And I'm sitting back on the sidelines in utter awe and sheer amazement, because I'm watching the spirit of Yah run to and fro in the earth. And I'm watching Him pop up Israelites that I don't know. I can't make this up. Yah's bringing them forward, and He's causing them to make themselves known. It's happening almost every other day. Whether it happens as somebody commenting in the comment section or whether they come forward in a live stream, we are watching the gathering of Israel. And it's starting digitally, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it started in the invisible world. And the first proof of that, it shows up in the digital world. And the last stop will be the physical gathering. But the gathering has already begun. Many people out there say, when we going to get gathered? When we going to get gathered? The gathering is already underway, beloved. Can you dig it? Can you see it, though? It doesn't matter if I see it. I'm just a nigga. I'm just one nigga. Can you see it? If you can see it, drop a fire emoji in the chat if you can see it. And if you can't, it ain't no biggie, because at some point you will start to see it. The gathering has already started, beloved. It started in the invisible realm. And the first fruits of it is showing up in the digital space, like right here online. And then the next stop and the final stop will be the physical gathering. Can you dig it? I know somebody can see it. Shout out to you, Jacqueline Israel. She says, I've been on your channel since last year. Do y'all see that? Right now, it's the month of July. This is the 7th month according to this calendar. Sister Jacqueline Israel says she's been on the channel since 2025. Do y'all see that? Listen to this. I've been on your channel since last year. When I became y'all only, I searched it in YouTube and you were one of the channels that came up. I've been y'all only for a year. Let's give y'all and y'all only a hand, family. This is the work of Yahweh. Jeremiah chapter 16 talk about the fishers. God's going to send fishers. Any men and women out there who've been helping and trying to turn people to Yah only, that would be a fisher. But after a while, he's going to cancel fishing season, and then it's going to be hunting season. It's going to be time to put a boot in somebody's ass. Fishing season, and then hunting season. All praises to Yahweh and him alone. I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie. It makes me want to shed a tear of joy just to read a comment like that. You went on YouTube and you were looking for Yah only, and my channel was one of the channels that came up. That's very humbling. It makes me feel a great sense of joy to let me know that Yah is even allowing this channel to have a hand raised when people are looking for Yah only. And my channel is a channel that has a hand raised saying, hey, Yah only over here. And understand this, we're not all going to agree on everything. In fact, we're going to all disagree on a lot of things. Maybe even the majority of things we're going to disagree with. But there's one thing that we cannot and we will not and we do not ever disagree on. And that's Yah only. That's the banner that we're standing up with our hand raised for any brother or sister who's looking for Yah. We Yah only on this channel. And I feel honored and privileged that Yah would allow my channel and your channel. Because this channel, although my name is the name on this channel, Mr. Real Talk, this channel is for Yah only people worldwide, scattered into all nations. So this channel is actually a channel for Israel. My name is just on the channel, but this channel belongs to the brotherhood and the sisterhood. That's why we try to do everything to uplift the brotherhood and the sisterhood. And one of the things we do, we go on the top of a mountain with a banner that says Yah only. Yeah, Yah only. Look, Yah only. When all the world, the rest of the world is telling you to follow Jesus. They're telling you to follow Yeshua. Yahweh Shai, Black Yahweh Shai, the only Son of God. The rest of the world is telling you to follow him. But we're standing over here with a banner for Yah only. Could that be what it means? Could that be what it meant when the prophet Isaiah was talking about lifting up an ensign for the people, a banner for the people, an ensign? What kind of banner? A Yah only banner. Could that be that ensign and that banner that the prophet Isaiah was talking about? I'm just thinking about that right now because I've read that scripture numerous times. Lift up a banner for the people, an ensign for the people. It's a banner. Could it be that that ensign, aka that banner being lifted up, is the Yah only banner? Could that be what that's referring to? And I'm just thinking about that right now. Because the prophets of Yah in the Old Testament, those guys are Yah only. Could that be the very same banner that that's talking about? I got strong reason to believe so. What a time to be alive, y'all. Jacqueline Israel says, before then, I was an Israelite believing in Yahweh since 2015. Hey, yo. Hey, Jacqueline Israel, I'm telling you, I know a lot of us have that same story. I was a Israelite believing in Yahweh since 2016. I started believing in Yahweh in 2016. And I went y'all only in 2022. Cannot make this up. Shout out to you, Jacqueline Israel. King David, Todd Vex, broski. King David says, Todd Vex, mad late, didn't know it was alive up here, slaving in the heat of captivity with a paycheck, and the whip is letting you go any moment. Uh-huh. Hey, King David, I understand you, bro. I understand you, bro. And my slavery is tearing me up too. It's just that this weekend they're allowing us to escape because it's so-called 4th of July. And the people in America want to be able to celebrate 250 years of wickedness. So because of that, right now I'm free, and tomorrow I will be free. Normally I would be working, okay, because we got all this crazy overtime. But my slavery said, we want to make sure that everybody in the whole world, all over, some people who would normally be working, some of us are off because this nation, they want to make sure that people are able to celebrate 250 years of wickedness tomorrow. Now, I could go right downtown, by the monument, hang out with the president while they doing all this demonic activity. And look, it's going to be so hot in DC tomorrow. Normally, normally around here, the fireworks usually start at like 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:15. But this year, it's going to be so hot in DC. Tomorrow, they're saying that the fireworks not going to start till 11 o'clock at night. Okay, and there's a million thoughts going through my mind about that. There's a million thoughts going through my mind. The fireworks starting at 11 o'clock at night. Now, I know it's going to be real hot around here. It's smoking hot outside right now. It's been smoking hot every day this week. Today is no different. It's steaming hot outside. And I got to go out there in a little bit after I get off here with y'all. I got to go out there and do a couple of things. It's smoking out there. But this nation wants to give as many people a chance. And they want to even encourage you to celebrate 250 years. 250 years of what? Of abuse, of wickedness, of grape, robbery, and theft. That's what they're celebrating. And I think it's a real big deal that they're not even going to start the fireworks till 11 o'clock at night. I know part of the reason is because of the extreme heat, and I also know part of this is spiritual. This is witchcraft that they're doing in DC tomorrow night. This whole weekend is filled with witchcraft. The reflecting pool downtown. They're going to be baptizing people into Christianity down there, and now they're doing the fireworks at 11, closer to midnight. I'm telling you, I would not be caught dead downtown tomorrow night. And there's a part of me that wants to go down there to get some footage, but hell no, I'm not going down there. Mark my words. This is a very demonic time in America, and it's an even more demonic time downtown tomorrow, which I'm definitely not going down there. Even though I would love to go down there and get some footage, I'm not going down there. They're doing high level sorcery, witchcraft. The reflecting pool is down there. They're baptizing people into the name of the only begotten Son, which is a demon that we know for sure. And they're going to be toasting to crime, celebrating 250 years of criminal activity. I wouldn't be caught dead down there. I'm telling you, if you in the DMV, you in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, don't go downtown tomorrow. Stay away if you know what's good for you. It's going to be all kind of evil spirits down there. Don't go, Hebrew. No matter how tempting you might be for various reasons, just stay the hell away from downtown DC tomorrow. Okay? Embrace yourselves. From here on out, it's going up. From here on out, it's already going up. And it's going to continue to go up. Just make sure that you are prepared. Jacqueline Israel says, I've been on your channel since last year. When I became y'all only, I searched it in YouTube and you were one of the channels that came up. I've been y'all only for a year. Hallelujah. Jacqueline Israel says, before then, I was an Israelite believing in Yahweh since 2015. I was there too. King David says, Tom X, mad late, didn't know it was allowed up here, slaving in the heat, a captivity with a paycheck, and the whip is letting you go any moment. Yeah. Joshua the Levite says Tav X, but YouTube made it say side X. And I've been through that too. I've been trying to type in Tav X multiple times, and YouTube keeps switching it to side X. So I know what you're going through, Joshua the Levite. Tav X to you, brother. Tav X to all of y'all. I love y'all. Melissa Israel says, greetings to the remnant, heart-loving emoji. Greetings to you, Melissa Israel. Good to see you up in here as always. It's good to see you all up in here. YouTube says we have 12 people watching right now. Everybody that's in here right now, if you haven't hit the like button, please tap that like button and be sure to subscribe if you like going against the Catholic Church, because we specialize in that over here. Going against the Catholic Church, going against the Christian Church. That's all we do over here. Okay? King David says, and be aware of them fake ass y'all only accounts trolling. Had to block one female, went from blocking her comment, now I had to block her for good. Can't even tag me talking about I'm pushing JC worship. I know what you're talking about. And you know what? The next time I see anybody talking crazy like that, I'm blocking them. Because I got people out there making posts about me too, King David, tagging me in it, saying that I worship idols, saying that I worship JC, saying that I worship rocks and all kind of stuff. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to start practicing my block game like you wouldn't believe. I'm not playing no more. King David said, what if y'all pop up on the 4th with some type of wrath? Yes, King David. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And that's why I'm saying I'm not going downtown tomorrow night. And I will be lying to y'all if there's a part of me that tells you that I don't want to go down there, because I would love to go downtown tomorrow and go live from downtown in Egypt, in DC, when they're letting off fireworks after celebrating 250 years of enslaving us, raping us, robbing us, pillaging the land, okay, doing sorcery and witchcraft, forcing us to bow down to white JC. And now they're going to be downtown tomorrow baptizing people to white JC. And this is very peculiar. They usually start the fireworks downtown like between 9 and 9:15. But this year they're starting at 11 o'clock. I'm telling you, there's so many things going on with this picture. That's spiritual too. I would not be surprised if y'all cause something horrible to happen in America, in DC, whatever. I'm staying away from downtown tomorrow. I'm staying the hell away. All bets are off, okay? And to all my brothers who are out here in the DMV, if you in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, please do not go downtown tomorrow. Whether you're y'all only or not, don't do it. And I'm not lying. I'm tempted to go down there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because what if something crazy happens? What if demons get let loose down there? You know they're doing witchcraft down there all day tomorrow. The fact that they're celebrating the 4th and they're celebrating 250 years, they're going above and beyond. The reflecting pool is downtown. The idols are downtown. The monument, that is supposed to be a penis. You got penis worship going on down there. Whether you know it or not, that's phallus worship, penis worship. The reflecting pool, they're doing witchcraft. They're celebrating the destruction of you and me, enslaving us, becoming the richest, most powerful nation on earth. All of that is culminating with 250 years tomorrow. I'm telling you, don't go. Do not go. They're going to be releasing high-level demons in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, downtown with the president. Don't go, y'all. Okay? And now we get ready to read these books that they told you not to read. King David says, what if y'all pop up on the 4th with some type of wrath? Exactly. What if it's an earthquake in America tomorrow? Or a flood or some kind of whatever. I'm just saying, you don't know what y'all's going to do while the wicked are celebrating 250 years of wickedness. Anything is liable to take place, and you should be expecting it. Okay, now let's get into a little bit of read. First, what I want to do, I want to take a quick peek. First of all, I want to tell y'all how much I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And people love our energy, fam. People, they might not like us, they might not love us, but the world loves our energy. Even the animals in nature love our energy. The animals feed off of our energy. And we have spiritual vampires all throughout the nation of Israel. Like I said, they might not like us, but they love our energy. They need our energy to survive. So they attach themselves to us like a symbiotic relationship to suck you and to drain your energy. And that's why certain videos we have, certain ones, it'll have a lot of people in there, but they might not be commenting. And sometimes they're not commenting because they're just listening, they're just watching, they're just enjoying. But other times they're not commenting because number one, they don't want you to know that they're there sometimes. Number two, they don't like you. And they know that you know that they don't like you, so they can't say nothing. And number three, they're there to siphon your energy because y'all only energy is powerful, especially when they're really trying to be pure. The purer it is, there is levels to purity. And I don't know what level that any of us are at, but I do know that there's levels, and the higher that level is, the higher frequency and vibration it gives off, and it gives off notice to the whole entire world. And that's why people come around us, because they like that feeling that they get, even though they might not like us. And that's why sometimes people will come around us and they will act crazy because their spirit doesn't really mess with ours, but they want our energy. So they come and feed. That's what's happening a lot in Israel. I'm sure we got at least a person or two in here right now. They don't like me. They don't like you guys. So they're not going to say nothing, but they're here to feed, to suck off of our energy. And they know who they are, and they know that they can't say nothing right now because some of these people know that I know, and they know that you know that they don't like us. Some of these people even hate us. And see, they know not everybody's created equal. Some of us, we can read your spirit, and these people know that. So they know if they were to talk in the live chat, we would instantly say, hey, what are you doing here? You don't like these kind of teachings. You don't like Mr. Real Talk. You don't like some of us. So why are you here? And see, they would be exposed. So they got to go, shh, let me just come here and watch and just be around their energy, because even though I don't like Mr. Real Talk, even though I don't like King David, even though I don't like Jacqueline Israel, even though I don't like Sister Ashley, even though I don't like Joshua the Levite, I love those people's energy. So let me come here with a spiritual straw so I can suck. Do you know that people come to all of our channels to do that? Did you know that, fam? Give me 1 second, fam. Hold on. Give me like a minute or two. I got something I got to do. Give me 1 second. We back. I appreciate you bearing with your broski. King David says, and they definitely know they better not even try to plot to do something, or y'all gonna snuff them. So they troll and mock. Best they can do, get up under your skin. Exactly. Exactly. And there are a lot of people out there, understand this. There are people out there who hate King David. I'm not talking about our earthly king, King David. I'm talking about our brother right here in this live chat. King David knows this. There's brothers and sisters out there who hate his guts. There are brothers and sisters out there who hate and detest and despise Melissa Israel. And if they could, they probably rip her to smithereens. We know this. Joshua the Levite, I'm sure Joshua the Levite knows that there are men and women out there of all nations who hate his guts and would love to send him out of the earth. Joshua the Levite knows that. Jacqueline Israel, I'm sure she knows that there are a lot of people out there who detest her and hate her guts. Sister Ashley, I'm sure Sister Ashley knows that there are lots of people out there who hate her. And I know that there are lots of people out there who hate and detest me. There's somebody in here right now, they ain't gonna say nothing. They hate me. They hate every one of you in the live chat. They're not gonna say anything because, like I said, they know that I know and that some of you know some of these people hate us. And if they were to comment in the live chat, they know because we just keeping it real. Many of the people on this channel, we have a certain level of awareness. I'm not saying we the smartest. I'm not saying we the biggest. I'm not saying we the baddest or the best. But we are sincerely chasing after Yah, and we are sincerely connected to Him. And so because of that, there's a great separation between us and the people of planet Earth. Many of us, we have insight to things that many people don't know nothing about. So we can see and feel, smell, and hear things that most people cannot. It'll sound like crazy talk to most of you out there, but not to us. And we know that some of these people know that we know their true feelings about us. So if they were to pop up in this live chat, some of us would say, hey, I'm surprised that brother or that sister is saying something. I didn't know that they watched this channel. Because they're vehemently against everything that goes on over here. Or they secretly hate from the shadows. Don't think that every last one of us don't got people that secretly hate from the shadows. They're out there. Okay? And we all know that too. King David says, shit, they hate the real one too. But unlike me, the real gonna smoke all of them. He will already know when he rise those who don't like him without saying he's snuffing them with the enemy. Exactly. Ashley says, I do. That's right. Ashley knows that there are people out there who hate her guts. And you know what? Some of them are in this live chat right now. I'm telling y'all, we got at least 1 to 3 people in this live chat right now that hate all of us. And they're never going to say that. They're not going to do it. But you know why they're here? Even though they hate us, they love our energy. And that's why some people are addicted to you, even though they hate you. Y'all know what I'm talking about out there. I know you do. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just open your eyes a little bit wider, beloved, and you'll start to see. Ashley says, with everything I've been through, I know their true feelings. Not only that, I know their intentions. And if they're human or not. And see, Ashley, now you on a whole nother level now. Ashley, that's what I'm talking about. You see that? We're not playing no games with anybody anymore. We're not. Because it's crunch time and it's go time. We ain't playing no games with nobody, no matter who it is. Joshua the Levite says, bring it out at Mr. Real Talk. Negroes be hating on the DL. Nasty work. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Secretly hating, though, from the shadows, though. And you know what's so crazy? Some of you Negroes don't know. Some niggas got built-in infrared vision. Some of us do. We can see niggas that's hiding in the dark. Even though you might not have done nothing, you might not have kicked up no dust. But when niggas got built-in infrared vision, and some of us do, we looking right at you. Even though you think you hiding, we see you. Secretly hating from the shadows. Just waiting for opportune time to strike. That's the spirit of many Israelites because many of our people, they just ain't right and they're not going to get right. That's clear. That's a constant theme in the scriptures. The Israelites can't get right and most of them are not going to get right. Nasty work. King David says, facts, said Joshua the Levite. Good thing y'all said it ain't no sin to get busy, because that much hate, they will. If they can slide on you in person, and best believe we don't do that cheek turning, and we'll blow. You damn right we'll blow. So niggas can play that game if they want. This ain't Christianity. No cheek turning over here, and we will get busy. Hell yeah. You better understand what time it is. It's time for the righteous spiritual warriors to stand up. Where are my Yah only warriors out there? The men and the women. Yeah. Time to stand up. Arm yourselves with the scriptures. And when you got to, arm yourself with whatever you need to, whether that's a sword, whether that's a literal sword, a shank of some sort, a knife, a pole. You know what I'm saying? As my great grandma used to say, I got my smoke pole. Hey, shout out to my great grandmother, Uptown DC in the house. Rest in peace, grandma. My great grandma, she'll tell you in a minute. Don't make me grab my smoke pole. Uptown in the house. Rest in peace, great grandma. Get that pole on you, nigga. It's not a game. We don't cheek turn over here. All the Israelites out there, don't you cheek turn on these demons. If a nigga run up on you in the street trying to bring harm to you, dust his ass off. And you got wicked niggas out here like that who will try to run up on you, who will try to bring harm to you. The world has gone mad. Arm yourself with the scriptures. Okay? Gird yourself. And if a nigga make you take it there, get busy and call on the name of Yah before, during, and after you get busy. Okay? King David said something down. If I had to, we don't have swords like then. We got 45 and 22s. That's right. That's right. We got 45s, 22s, Uzis, Dracos, Russian AKs. Arm yourself with whatever you deem necessary and pray to Yah that He gives you the strength, the will, and the accuracy to handle business. Joshua the Levite says, at King David, niggas disregard Leviticus 19 and 17. Hey, we're going to get that too. We're going to get that. We're going to get Leviticus 19 and 17 right now. And then we're going to get into what we came to get into. I'm going to show you, brothers and sisters out there, the connection between the Bible and books like this. Specifically, the testimony of the 12 patriarchs. The Roman Catholic Church, the Christians, Messianic Hebrews, Yah only Hebrews, they do not want y'all to read what I'm getting ready to read to you. But first, we're going to read Leviticus 19 and 17 for the broski. Can you dig it? You know what? Let me get it out of the Yahweh Bible since I got this open. I love y'all too, by the way. I love all of y'all. Leviticus 19 and 17. Let's read. Here we go. Coming out of the Yahweh Bible, y'all. Leviticus 19 and 17. Leviticus 19 and 17. Read. You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart. Rebuke your brother or your sister frankly, so you will not share in his or her guilt. You see that? People do disregard that, Joshua the Levite, all the time, bro. King David says 100, and he points up to what Joshua the Levite says. Why I don't just move on auto polite and do what's necessary. Other than that, I'm always be cooling. Hate and anger stress you, age you, and shorten your life. Yes, it does. Anger, hate, and stress, it takes a toll on your spirit and your body. And yes, it does age you quicker. And it will even give you health problems. You're absolutely right, King David. And shout out to King David for sharing that knowledge. Shout out to Joshua the Levite for sharing that knowledge. That's what we do. We only Hebrews coming together under Yah only, and we trying to circle the wagons. We want Yah to come save us. We got Gentiles out there that want to cleave to us too. And you know what? We not going to treat them like scoundrels neither. As long as they do what Yahweh says, and Yahweh says that they're going to cleave to us, we're supposed to teach them, not run them off. We, Yahweh will give you the spirit of discernment. You will know when to run a heathen, pagan, Gentile beast off, because they're going to be behaving in such a way. You're going to have a way to identify them in the spirit, not on no surface, fickle way. Yah will teach you and show you. Jeremiah 33:3. Ask me, look to me. Ask me, and I will show you great and wonderful things that you do not know. Yah is going to guide us. And the Gentiles, they're going to take our leadership. They're going to take instruction from us. If they want to serve Yah, they know that they don't know Yah. They got to come to us. They're going to humble themselves down. And when they come to you in that right spirit, you're going to deal with them accordingly. And if they come to you in any other kind of spirit, you're going to deal with them accordingly with that as well. We ain't going to do what we want. We're going to do what Yah wants. Because that's how we're going to get what we want. We want to get the kingdom. We want eternal life. Jay Meadows, what up? Jay Meadows says, my Hebrews worldwide 100, my peeps. What up, Jay Meadows? Good to see you, fam. Always good to see you. I love the Hebrew Israelites scattered into all nations. It ain't nothing like y'all. Y'all are the best. And I don't take it for granted that I have a chance to be able to come around y'all and hang around y'all. I don't take that stuff for granted. Now, I don't want to keep you too long, right? Let's do a little read. First, I want to read this to you. Psalms chapter 20. Psalms chapter 20. King David says, facts. We had many them play them games on here, and we got them. While we ain't so quick, we be patient, yet let Yah expose them. Exactly, King David. And see, you know what? That kind of patience, it can only come from Yah. Because us in our regular state, we gonna fly off the handle and act black, because that's what black people do in their regular state. Okay, the Hebrews in their regular state, we're a destroyed nation. A nation robbed and spoiled doesn't know how to conduct itself. So we become completely unglued at the smallest thing, right? It's been happening ever since I've been alive. I remember even as a little kid, I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods, right? It's been happening for life, okay? But when you're a nation that's been robbed and spoiled, you don't know anything, and you definitely don't know how to conduct yourself because there's nobody to teach you anything. But those times are changing now, because now there's little children now who can grow up as little children and know about Yah only and know that they're the Israelites. So that right there is a big shift. And you and I, all of us worldwide who are doing what we're doing, we got something to do with that. We have a part to play in that, right? Yah is the one who generates everything, good and evil. And we're just like King David says, we're not going to be so quickly and hasty to judge people. We're going to let Yah expose them. Sometimes you can jump the gun. That's why you don't jump the gun prematurely. Sometimes you got to wait. And sometimes, yes, it's not easy. Sometimes, especially when you think you know something, and sometimes you might be right. But even if you are, just to ensure, sometimes you got to hold back. You got to wait. That's called wisdom. We got to learn to rule our spirits, because we'll be better off for it. And it will always work out when you learn to rule your spirit. Joshua Levi says, at King David, at J Meadows, salute. That's right. Listen to this, you wonderful Hebrew Israelites. Psalms chapter 20. Psalms chapter 20. And the headliner, we read out this out of the Yahweh Bible. The headliner of this chapter is remember the name of Yahweh. Okay, that's the focus of this chapter. It's only 9 verses in this chapter. Listen to these powerful 9 verses and share this video somewhere. May Yahweh answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the father of Jacob protect you. What is the name of the father of Jacob? What is that name? It's Yahweh. May he send you help from the sanctuary and strengthen you from out of Zion. May he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt offerings. Selah. May he grant your heart's desire and cause all your plans to succeed. We will shout for joy in your salvation. And in the name of Yahweh, our Father, we will set up our banners. A banner is a sign you hold up. This got to be again referring to that Yah only banner. The same thing Isaiah probably was talking about. Set up a banner, an ensign for the people. I'm really starting to think this has got to be what this is talking about, y'all. We will shout for joy in your salvation, and in the name of Yahweh, our Father, we will set up our banners with an S. May Yahweh perform all your petitions. Do you see this? We need to be meditating on this every day, saying this aloud and internally, morning, noon, and night. This is not just a writing. This is not just a song. It's not just a song. If you only knew the power of Psalm meditation, beloved, what you're reading right now. Now I know that Yahweh saves his anointed. Listen to that. Now I know. Not believe, not I think. Now I know that Yahweh saves his anointed. But wasn't Jesus Christ supposed to be anointed? I thought Jesus was anointed. You know, you cannot be the Messiah and not be anointed. Messiah means anointed. I thought Jesus was the Messiah. I thought Jesus was anointed. What did this say? Now I know that Yahweh saves his anointed. So what happened to Jesus? Yah, please forgive me for speaking their name. You see what happened to Christ. He did not get saved because he's not the Messiah. He's not anointed like people say he is. If he was, God would have saved him, wouldn't he? I don't want to hear no excuses, okay? Now I know that Yahweh saves his anointed. He answers him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Do you hear this? Moses was anointed. That's why Yah answered him from his holy heaven with his right hand of power and split that sea wide open. Do you see that? Some trust in chariots and others in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh our Father. You see that? They have bowed down and fallen. They, that's everybody else, all the nations and most of the Hebrew Israelites. They have bowed down and fallen. Bowed down and fallen to who? To Jesus. You can find most Hebrew Israelites, or AKA most niggas, are in some form of Christianity every week, bowing down. Bowing down and falling down to Jesus. Father, please forgive me for saying that name. I'm sorry, Father. Do you see this? They have bowed down and fallen, but we have risen and stand upright. We have risen up and we're standing up against the one who the world calls Christ, or JC. You know what the J stands for. We have risen up and now we are standing up in great boldness against this devil named Christ. While everybody else is falling down and bowing. Do y'all see this, family? This ain't for everybody. It's only for the remnant. Can you dig it? Save us, Yahweh. May the King answer us when we call. Do you see that? I know you see it. I know somebody out there, you see something right now that you did not see before. I know you see it. And it's probably terrifying to you. Now, that ain't all. Now, we get ready to go into how most of the prophecies in your Bible come from other banned books. And we get ready to prove that right now. This is not a hunch. This is not maybe. We're getting ready to prove it. See, this ain't Christianity. You got to prove stuff over here for it to stick. Otherwise, we just disregard it. We get ready to come out of the Amplified Bible right now. Can you dig it? We get ready to come out of the Amplified Bible right now. Now, right now, we get ready to come out of Joshua chapter 10. Joshua chapter 10, verse 12 to 13. Joshua chapter 10, verse 12 to 13. Listen. Joshua chapter 10, verse 12 to 13. And look, after I read this to you, you're going to have a decision to make. Are you going to listen to men and women, or are you going to listen to the book of Joshua? Let's see. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord gave the Amorites over to the Israelites, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, be silent and stand still at Gibeon, and you, moon, in the valley of Ajalon. Now, side note real quick, that's Joshua giving order and instruction to the moon. He's commanding the moon and the sun. Hey, you, be still. Hey, you, be quiet. You notice that the scripture did not say that Joshua prayed to God. It didn't say that he meditated. It said that he directly just spoke to the sun and moon. Hey, you, stand still. Hey, you, be quiet. What do you call that? He didn't meditate. It didn't say he prayed. It didn't say he fasted. It said he spoke to the sun and the moon. And that was in the middle of fighting, by the way, that he did that. You know what that is? Something that pisses a lot of you off out there. That's righteous divination right there in the Old Testament. What do you call when a man is out there fighting his enemies, and in the middle of that, he looks up at the sun and he speaks to the sun, gives it a command, speaks to the moon and gives a command, and it listens to him. He's divining, but he's doing it righteously through the power and authority of Yah. I know you see it. That was a side note, but I had to point that out because I know that that would piss a lot of you off out there. And I don't care. I want you to be pissed off because we deal with reality over here. If you can't take it, unsubscribe. It's right here in the Bible. Now listen to verse 13, another cut to the Catholics and the Christians and many of you Israelites, because most of y'all are Catholics and Christians. Listen to this. Read it and weep. And this is going to kill all of that. Don't read this, don't read that. This is why you ain't got nobody in here bucking against this right now. There's people in here right now who don't like the fact that we read the book of Jasher and other books, but they're going to shut the hell up today. Listen to this. Verse 13. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, and the nation took vengeance upon their enemies. I thought vengeance is the Lord's only, though. And the nation took vengeance upon their enemies. I thought God said, vengeance is mine. I thought people told you you're evil for wanting vengeance. And the nation took vengeance upon their enemies. You don't know the scriptures, and you don't know what's going on. So sit back and learn something. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? Huh? Is not this written in the book of Jasher? Huh? Now understand this. When the book of Joshua was written, the book of Joshua did not exist. Listen to what I just said. When the book of Joshua was written, the book of Joshua didn't exist. So as Joshua is penning the book of Joshua, he's referring to a book that already exists, saying, don't you already know what I'm writing to you about? Gotcha. Okay. Checkmate, nigga. Cut it out. You don't know what's going on. If it's good enough for the people in Joshua's time, Joshua is expecting you to know this book of Jasher. So why don't you all know the book of Jasher? Because the Catholics killed you and told you If I catch you reading this, I'm going to set you on fire. I'm going to feed you to the dogs. And now your own brothers and sisters cast you out of the congregation, just like the Catholics do, because you read the books that the Catholics said don't read. You see that? King David says, so bad, even though NLE was off, even he knew you shouldn't worship JC. Though he believed in him, he still said the Father only. They was on his ass during that saga. Joshua the Levite says, these Christianites shit on Joshua every time. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They hate Joshua. Jay Meadows says, I always never liked the word Christianity. Yes, because it's garbage. And many of our people follow Christianity. Christianity told you don't read the book of Joshua. I'm sorry. Christianity and Catholicism and Hebrew Israelism tells you don't read the book of Jasher. But here Joshua is questioning you, expecting you to know the book of Jasher. You'll hear crickets from Hebrew Israelites, and they'll make all kind of lies and excuses about why they're going to disregard what Joshua said, because they don't want you to read for yourself. They want you to listen to them, just like the Catholics want you to listen to them. But we ain't going to do that around here. So you can get mad all you want, okay? You can get mad all you want. Who cares? We don't care what you think. We don't care about your feelings. Your feelings mean nothing, okay? I want you to hit the like button. If it's good enough for Joshua, it should be good enough for you. But we know that it's not for most of you. Now, let's turn to the book of Genesis, shall we? Let's turn to the book of Genesis, y'all. And fam, they said it's so hot out here. They're actually saying that it's a possibility that part of the power grid could actually melt. Did you hear what I said, fam? They're saying part of the power grid could actually melt because it's so daggone hot out here. And if that ain't uh very telling of the times that we're in, I don't know what is. Okay, now I got to show you the connection. And also, it wasn't just Joshua, who's a man of Yah, who spoke of Jasher. You know about the prophet Samuel? Samuel said the same thing. Listen to this. Let me show you. Let me show you. 2 Samuel chapter 1, you can read verse 1 to 17. After King Saul and his son Jonathan are killed in battle on Mount Gilboa, David composed a deeply moving funeral dirge or lamentation called the Song of the Bow. But you know why you don't know about the Song of the Bow? Because you won't read books that the Pope told you not to. The text explicitly notes that this song was recorded in the book of Jasher. How about that? And David lamented with his lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son. Also he made them teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher. The beauty of Israel is slain upon thy high places. How are the mighty fallen? 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 17 to 19. So Joshua and Samuel speaking about the book of Jasher and things that are in the Old Testament that are in there, but you let Catholics and Christians and Messianic Hebrews, even let Yah only Hebrews tell you that you can't read this. Shame on you. Well, we just destroyed that bullshit just now. King David says, same here. Just that idol, though, I always got angry. Seeing that man as a kid messed my whole day up. Didn't even like church either. Just went for the donuts. Jay Meadows says, because it's the real son. See, it's diabolical what they've done to us, y'all. We just destroyed don't read this, don't read that, and we use the Old Testament to do it. Joshua read the book of Jasher, and so did Samuel. So to hell with anybody saying we don't need the book of Jasher, we don't need Jubilees and all these other books. Because see, whether they know it or not, they are siding with the Catholic Church. And we don't side with the Catholic Church over here. We side with y'all only. We're never going to tell you the same thing that the Pope said. Many of our people stuck on the same thing that the Pope said. So now I'm getting ready to show you how a lot of stuff in the Bible comes from banned books. And we get ready to get into the banned book today. But I'm going to show you how a lot of the Bible is what you call cliff notes. A lot of the Bible is shorthand. A lot of the Bible is just a very quick peek, a very brief peek into what's really going on. And you, to get deeper expounding on what's going on, you got to go in places that they tell you don't go into, or God's going to kill you. But see, I could say that, but now watch me prove it in live time. Watch this. Sister Devine, what's going on, Sister Devine? Sister Devine says, blessings, everyone. Blessings to you, Sister Devine. Good to see you, fam. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Listen to this, fam. Watch this, because this is important for the nation of Israel, because we got multiple tribes that make up the nation of Israel. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a series. Sister Devine says, thank you. No problem, sis. We're going to make a series, okay, showing you how the Bible is shorthand, and it's the condensed short version of a much bigger picture. Many prophecies and teachings in this Bible that we have come from older books, come from other books, like the book of Jubilees, the book of Jasher, the book of Enoch, the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. Many prophecies in your Bible and mine, they're getting it from these other books that they told you not to read. But they know that many of you are too afraid to disobey them, okay? But we're not. Watch this. We're going to go to Genesis 49. And Genesis 49 is in the Torah. But many people out there, you don't even know a lot of the things in the Torah. They told us that Moses wrote this, but we don't know if Moses wrote these things for real. We just know that it's true. It doesn't matter who wrote it. One thing we do know, a lot of these teachings in the Bible that we have today, it comes from other books. Now, watch me prove that. Of course, Catholics are going to get pissed. We don't give a damn. Listen to this. And what we get ready to do today, we're going to walk this down for all 12 tribes. Today, we're going to start with Reuben. Shout out to all of you Reubenites out there. Reuben is one of the tribes of Israel. Genesis 49 is Jacob, the father of Israel, talking to his sons. 12 tribes, 12 sons. And he gathers his sons before he passes away so that he can give them a family speech. And he gave a spiel down to every one of his sons, but the Bible gives you the shortened, condensed version. But when you go into other books like we're going to do today, it gives you the deeper backdrop, and it shows you, you can see where the Bible is pulling some of this stuff from. We're going to prove it today. Watch this. King David says, even after that old video, when they admit they took out over 100 books in the Torah, don't even have all the Psalms, even books we will never, because they burnt it, doctrine of discovery. Yeah, we did all that. We talked about all of that. Even after all of that, our people still can't get through their heads that there's a lot of information out there that we just don't have. So every time more of it comes out, our people get angry because they love their slave masters so much. They don't want to turn from the slave doctrine. And so when people like you and I say to hell with the slave doctrine, many Hebrew Israelites, they get pissed because they're still slaves and they want us to be slaves and do what you're told. Don't read this. Jay Meadows says, I love heat. I played out in the sun at all times in the 80s. Two-a-days in football was fun. Laughing emoji. I feel you, Ak. As a little kid, all we did was play outside in the summertime. Especially around this time, no matter how hot it was. Sister Devine says, oh my. Yes, I can confirm what you say. There are cross references of allusions to extra biblical texts And the pseudepigrapha, bring it out, sis. I did a whole study on this. So exciting to see you going there. Yes, beloved. Yes. And you know what? It's so excited to see that you've already begun to dig into the pseudepigrapha. Yes, so you know. And they named these books pseudepigrapha. They put the stigmata on it as being pseudo. Pseudo means fake. They do that to discourage people from reading it. But see, some of us know better. Some of us know better. And I see Sister Devine, you're one of them ones that know better. And you see, that's another reason why Yah has brought you to this channel and caused you to come out. And see, notice this. Every time a so-called new Israelite pops up, even though they're not new, they're just new to us. But every time another one of our family members comes forward, you know what's going to happen? It's like popcorn. It sets off another kernel. And at some point, another family member will be coming forward. And another, and another. And then it'll be like popcorn. That's what happens in the end times. I know y'all see it. Sister Devine says, I love the Psalms of Solomon. Yes. And I have that too. At some point, we'll start to read more of that. Wisdom of Solomon, so much prophecy. Yes. Sister Devine says Sirach too, for Ezra, second Baruch. Yes, yes, and yes. And shout out to you. See, this is why y'all caused you to come to this channel, Sister Devine, because there are brothers and sisters here who are also into that which you speak. And more will be coming. Sister Devine says, so much prophecy there. Yes. And people are petrified of that. Now watch this, y'all. Watch the connection between these books that they call fake. Jay Meadows says, it's funny, Psalms 83 speaks volumes right now. Yes. Yes, it does. Because all of this crap, don't read this, don't read that. God's going to get you for reading all of the books that the sister just named, all of the books that I've named, the book of Enoch and many others. If we read those books, Psalms 83 says that God is going to kill us. And they even convince many of our people to hate us and to turn against us because we won't side with the Pope like they do. Psalm 83 sides with the Pope. Everybody on planet Earth except us. Now you let that marinate. You want to know why people hate us so much? We know why Psalm 83 hates us. You want to know why many of our own people hate our guts? There you have it. We don't side with Psalms 83. And the majority of people on planet Earth, they can't wait to side with Psalms 83. And so they hate us because we say fuck Psalms 83. And they hate us because of it. Who cares? Sister Devine says the Torah is the foundation and nothing overrides. Facts. But that's, Sister Devine, that's too deep for our people to grasp that. They can't comprehend that. Sister Devine, is too heavy for most of our people. Sister Devine says when you go into the Septuagint and go into the Psalms, they have a title for the end. Sister Devine, our people ain't going for none of that stuff you said. They don't want to hear it. The Pope said don't read it, and period. They ain't trying to do it. Devine says, ha ha, they will. That's right. What a time to be alive, y'all. What a time to be alive. And look, right now, I'm getting ready to pause on reading the live comments until I get finished reading these scriptures, which won't be too much longer. But now I'm getting ready to show you the deep connection between the Torah, Genesis, and mind you this, we only have the parts of the Torah that the Pope said is okay. They took out more than 100 something books in the Torah. We don't have it all, but we do have enough to get us right. We got enough to get us right. And more is being breadcrumbed to us every single day. Okay? Because we're turning to Yah with all our hearts, mind, and soul. And once we do that, that triggers Yah. And then Yah starts to roll out things for us. Okay? Now watch this Genesis 49. Genesis 49 is Jacob gathering the family, the 12 sons, and giving them word about what's going to happen to all of them, giving them the word for all of them. But the Bible only gives you a very compact, short, condensed version. But what we get ready to read in one of the banned books they call Apocrypha, Pseudo-Epigrapha, you're going to get expounding on Genesis 49. And we're going to make a series out of this. We're going to do this for all of the sons of Israel, because all the sons of Israel wrote their own testament. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because the church told you don't read it. Many of our people say that we're evil for reading this, even though these are your forefathers who wrote this. Our people follow the slave master, the Pope, and all of their religions. So they don't want you to be in the know. But we're not like that over here. We don't give a damn about church. We don't give a damn about the Pope or his nonsensical teachings. We don't care about the only begotten Son of God neither, because it ain't no such thing as the only begotten Son of God. That's Catholic bullshit right there. And when we see bullshit, we fucking call it, no matter who gets offended. That's your problem, not ours. Period. Now watch this. Watch this. I hope you're sitting down as I'm getting ready to read this. We're going to do it for all 12 sons. Today we're going to start with Reuben. Watch this. Genesis 49. And to start it, we're going to come out of the Bible and show you how much they cut out in the Bible. Listen to this. Genesis chapter 49. And Jacob called for his sons and said, gather yourselves together around me, that I may tell you what shall befall you in the latter or last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, you sons of Jacob, talking to all of the Israelites, and hearken to Israel, your father. Israel is Jacob. This is what your father, your earthly father, is saying to you, Israel. Listen up, Israel. Verse 3. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, the beginning, the first fruits of my manly strength and vigor. Your birthright gave you the preeminence in dignity and the preeminence in power. Do you hear that? That's what's being said of all you Reubenites out there. And since these people have confused the people of planet Earth, for the most part, nobody knows who's who anymore. Now look, let me read that to you, Genesis 49 in the Yahweh Bible, and then we're going to go to the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs and see what Jacob told Reuben in extensive wording. Because the Bible is very short with you. I just read to you what he said to Reuben. Now listen to it now. Let's read this in the Yahweh Bible, Genesis 49. Then Jacob called for his sons. Then Jacob called for his sons and said, gather together so I may tell you what will befall you in the last days. Gather together and listen, you sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. This is your daddy, your earthly daddy. So now, at this point, this is our grandfather, our earthly great, 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 great grandfather, Israel, Jacob. We all need to gather around and hear what our granddad got to say. Reuben, you are my firstborn. You see this? He's going to address all of the sons in the presence of all of the sons. Every single Israelite needs to hear this. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, exceeding in rank. Do you hear this? Reuben is very, very powerful. Turbulent like water. You will no longer excel, for you went up onto your father's bed, onto my couch, and defiled it. That's the last thing that Jacob says about Reuben in the Bible. Now, the Yahweh Bible read different from the Amplified Bible. The Yahweh Bible told you that Reuben did something to defile his father's bed. Your regular Bible doesn't mention that. Do you see this? Now, even though the Amplified Version and the Yahweh Bible is very short when talking about Reuben, now we're going to go into this. And we're going to get a little more background on Reuben. We're going to get what Reuben has to say. Yeah. Why don't they want you to know this? Why don't they want you to know this? It doesn't matter what they want you to know. You were going to come to know the truth at some point, Hebrew. Just give me a second. Now, like what I told you, we're going to make a series out of this. And we're going to do it side by side. Every time we read it down, because I'm going to show you the connection. We're going to read in Genesis 49 when Jacob was talking to his sons. And then we're going to go and get what his sons actually said in their own testament. Now let's go over to Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs. These are the 12 sons who Jacob is talking to in Genesis 49. I'm talking to somebody out there right now. If you have not hit that like button and listen to this. This is the subheading over this chapter. The book, the Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs, Reuben's testimony Reuben's testimony is 7 chapters long. It's not crazy long because some of the chapters in this book can be a couple of sentences. We're going to read this whole testimony of Reuben so you can see what's going on with Reuben. This is a whole entire tribe, the Reubenites. Some of us are Reubenites and don't even know it. The church ain't going to teach you this, okay? Listen to this. It says the testament of Reuben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah. Understand this. A lot of us out there are Reubenites. This is to you, Reuben. Give me 1 second. And now I see 12 people in here watching, and I see 12 likes. 12 people watching for the 12 tribes of Israel, and 12 people liking for the 12 tribes of Israel. What up, fam? What's up with y'all out there? What a time to be alive. Give me one moment, fam. One moment. I see 12 people watching. I see 12 people liking. Shout out to the 12 tribes of Israel. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Listen to this. And hit the like button if you haven't already. Listen to this. The copy of the Testament of Reuben that you know has been around for a long time. And here's a copy. Your Bible is a copy. Do you see this? Everything that we are reading is copies. Listen, the copy of the Testament of Reuben, even the commands which he gave his sons before he died in the 125th year of his life, 2 years after the death of his brother Joseph. And you see that? Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. This is giving you much more information than the Bible gives you. See, this is why they don't want you to read these books. This is why they don't want you to read these books. And I told y'all I'm pausing on reading the comments right now, but once I finish reading these scriptures, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read the comments, all right? Listen to this. But this is why they never wanted y'all to read this stuff. Give me 1 second, fam. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, fam. I will come back and read the comments once I'm done. But already you can see this is giving more information than they're willing to give you with the books that they said is okay to read. You got to learn how to color outside of the lines sometimes. Listen to this. 2 years after the death of his brother Joseph, when Reuben fell sick. One second, fam. Taking care of something very important right now. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. Yo, yo. I'm doing the middle of a live stream right now. I'm calling to make sure you okay. I can make out what you was trying to say. I got you. All right, I got you. All right, all right. Hit the like button, fam, if you haven't already. Listen to this. 2 years after the death of his brother Joseph, when Reuben fell sick, his sons and his sons' sons were gathered together to visit him. And he said to them, my children, behold, I am dying. You don't read about this in your regular everyday Bible, y'all. And I go to the way of my fathers. And seeing his brothers, Judah and Gad and Asher there, he said to them, raise me up so that I may tell to my brothers and to my children what things I have hidden in my heart. For behold, now at length I am passing away. And he arose and kissed them and said to them, hear, my brothers and my children. Give ear to your father Reuben in the commands which I give you. And behold, I call the God of heaven to witness against you this day, that you may not walk in the sins of youth and fornication, wherein I was poured out, and defiled the bed of my father Jacob. Now hold up. Did y'all remember a couple of minutes ago when we read in the Yahweh Bible where it said Reuben defiled his father Jacob's bed? Do y'all remember that? Here it is. Here is more proof that this book I'm reading right now ain't nothing pseudepigrapha about this. Ain't nothing evil or wicked about this. This is confirming what the Bible is saying to you. Do y'all see that? I'm telling you, the next time a person tries to tell me, don't read this, don't read that, you better beware. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You better beware. Do y'all see this? In your regular Bible, even in the Amplified Bible, it didn't tell you that Reuben defiled his father's bed. But when we read the same verses in the Yahweh Bible, because the Yahweh Bible reads different and it gives more insight, it told you that Reuben defiled his father's bed. And now here we are reading right now in the testament of the 12 patriarchs, Reuben specifically, and Reuben is admitting that what the Bible says in Genesis is true in his own testament. Do you see that? To the people out there in the live chat who see the connection, drop a fire emoji in the chat. If you're watching on the playback and you see this connection, drop a fire emoji in the chat. We can't make this up, but they're going to tell you that this is pseudepigrapha. They're going to tell you what we're reading right now is fake, even though I just read to you in the Yahweh Bible where it said Reuben defiled his father's bed. You will never hear about Reuben defiling his father's bed in your regular Bible. We had to go to the Yahweh Bible to hear about that, and then we had to go to the Testament of the 12 patriarchs to get more clarification about that. Do y'all see this? Do you see what we are reading? Only y'all knows what kind of in-depth information is in this book. Ain't nothing pseudepigrapha about this. Listen to this. And since it got 7 chapters, I'm not going to keep on stopping or we'll never get through. I'm going to read for the most part. Listen to this. For behold, now at strength I am passing away. And he arose and kissed them and said to them, hear, my brothers and my children, give ear to your father Reuben in the commands which I give to you. And behold, I call the God of heaven to witness against you this day, that you may not walk in the sins of youth and fornication, wherein I was poured out, and defiled the bed of my father Jacob. Wow. Do you see how closely this goes hand in hand with Genesis? And I tell you that he struck me with a sore plague in my loins for 7 months. And had my father Jacob not prayed for me to the Yahweh would have destroyed me. For I was 30 years old when I worked the evil thing before Yahweh. And I was sick to death for 7 months. Y'all, do you see this? Whatever kind of thing he did to defile Jacob's bed, it brought a sickness to his loins. That means his private area. This makes me think that this was some kind of sexual sin that he did in his father's bed. I don't know what that could have been, but it was something serious. He was sick for 7 months. And he said, unless Jacob prayed for him, Yahweh was going to destroy him. This is not in your regular Bible. Ain't nothing pseudepigrapha about this. And I tell you that he struck me with a sore plague in my loins for 7 months. And had my father Jacob not prayed for me to, to the Yahweh, and I'm saying Yahweh because it's written Lord in all caps, and we know what that is. Had not my father Jacob not prayed for me to the Yahweh would have destroyed me. For I was 30 years old when I worked the evil thing before the Yahweh, and I was sick to death for 7 months. And after this I converted with set purpose of my soul for 7 years before the Yahweh. I did not drink wine and strong drink, and flesh did not enter into my mouth. So he did not drink any alcohol for 7 years, and he didn't eat any meat for 7 years. Do y'all see this? He was fasting for 7 years. And I did not drink wine and strong drink, and flesh did not enter into my mouth. And I did not eat pleasant food, but I mourned over my sin, for it was great. Do y'all hear this? Such as bad not been in Israel. Wow. Whatever Reuben did in his father's bed, it had not been done in Israel before. Whatever it was something, it sounds like something sexual. Do y'all hear what we're reading? Why is this not in your Bible? Oh, I forgot. Because the Pope said not to read this. The Pope only gave the version of the Bible that we got today is the version that the Pope said is okay. You let that sink in. This is part of the version that is not okay. But you see, it lines up perfectly with Genesis 49. Do you see this? This ain't for everybody. Chapter 2. And now hear me, my children, what things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit when I converted. Therefore, 7 spirits are appointed against man, and they are the leaders in the works of youth. And 7 other spirits are given to him at his creation, that through them should be done every work of man. The first is the spirit of life, with which the constitution of man is created. The second is the sense of sight, with which arises desire. The third is the sense of hearing, with which comes teaching. The fourth is the sense of smell, with which tastes are given to draw air and breath. The fifth is the power of speech, with which comes knowledge. The sixth is the sense of taste, with which comes the eating of meats and drinks, and by it strength is produced. For in food is the foundation of strength. The seventh is the power of procreation and sexual intercourse, with which through love of pleasure sins enter in. For what reason it is the last in order of creation, and the first in that of youth. because it is filled with ignorance and leads the youth as a blind man to a pit and as a beast to a precipice, showing you the lure of sexual intercourse is very strong. Chapter 3. Besides all these, there is an eighth spirit of sleep, with which is brought about the trance of nature and the image of death. With these spirits are mingled the spirits of error. First, the spirit of fornication is sealed in the nature and in the senses. The second, the spirit of insatiableness in the belly. The third, the spirit of fighting in the liver and gall. The fourth is the spirit of groveling and trickery, that through overhearing attention, that I'm sorry, that through overbearing attention, one may falsely seem fair. The fifth is the spirit of pride, that one may be boastful or arrogant. The sixth is the spirit of lying, to practice deceit and perdition and jealousy, and concealments from kindred and friends. The seventh is the spirit of injustice, with which are thefts and acts of rapacity, sounds like grape, that a man may fulfill the desire of his rapacity, grape, okay? That a man may fulfill the desire of his heart. That's definitely talking about grape. For injustice works together with the other spirits by the taking of gifts. And with all these, the spirit of sleep is joined, which is that of error and fantasy. And so perishes every young man, darkening his mind from the truth and not understanding the law of God. You see that? We need the Torah, the law, nor obeying the abominations of his fathers, as also befell me in my youth. You see this? And now, my children, love the truth, and it will preserve you. Hear the words of your father Reuben. Pay no heed to the face of a woman, nor associate with another man's wife. Telling you, don't get taken because a woman is beautiful. Don't deal with a woman who's married. Nor meddle with the affairs of womankind. For had I not been Bilhah, for had I not seen Bilhah bathing in a covered place, I would not have fallen into this great iniquity. For my mind, taking in the thought of the woman's nakedness, did not permit me to sleep until I had worked the abominable thing. That means he saw this woman Bilhah naked and he could not sleep. He was so horny he couldn't sleep. I'm talking to somebody out there right now. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with being horny, but desiring a married woman who's taken and then not being able to sleep because you have to have this married woman who you know is married. You know her husband. She lives with her husband. But because he works night shift and she told you you can sneak in, you're thinking about going over there and you're going to lose your life because of that. For while our father Jacob had gone to his father Isaac, when we were when we were in Elder near to Ephrath in Bethlehem, Bilhah became drunk and was asleep, uncovered in her chamber. So Bilhah got twisted. She was fried, and she passed out naked in her chamber. Therefore, having gone in and beheld her nakedness, I worked the impiety without her perceiving it. Oh my gosh. Do y'all see this? Now look, in your regular modern day Bible, it doesn't even tell you that Reuben defiled his father's bed. It wasn't until Where's it at? Where's it at? It wasn't until we went and broke out this that it told you that Reuben defiled his father's bed. So do you see how different, first of all, do you see how different the Yahweh Bible is? This is the same Bible that told you that Satan is a woman and that Satan also used to have power. The serpent used to have power to create life from the dust of the ground. That came out of this book, not your regular Bible. Likewise, out of this same book, told you that Reuben, he did something to defile his father's bed. But even this, it wouldn't give you the full details. You see where we had to go to get the details, though? We had to go to something like this. Do y'all see that? We had to go to something like this to get the full rundown and the breakdown. Now we know what happened. We know exactly how Reuben defiled his father's bed. Do you see that? Do you see this? It's unbelievable the things that have been hidden in plain sight. Listen. Therefore, having gone in and beheld her nakedness, I worked the impiety without her perceiving it, and leaving her sleeping. So that means he went in there and he had intercourse with her. She was so drunk and passed out, she didn't know she was still asleep. He went in there and did his thing and then left out. She was still asleep. Do y'all see this? All I can say is, wow. I know you see it. See, this is what they don't want you to know. I worked the impiety without her perceiving it, and leaving her sleeping, I departed. And immediately a messenger of God revealed to my father concerning my impiety, and he came and mourned over me and touched her no longer. Do you see what we have just discovered today reading the so-called pseudepigrapha? Pseudo means fake. They named it fake to scare you off. Ain't nothing fake about this. This is giving more in-depth information about Genesis 49, about Reuben. To all of you Israelites out there, to all of you Reubenites out there. This is your granddad talking here, fessing up. He fessed up to the whole family. See, he didn't try to hide what he did. You see, granddad, you see, great, 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 great granddad. He didn't try to hide what he did. He fessed up to his children and his brothers what he done. Do you see that? How many of us are fessing up today to our brothers and our sisters and our children to what we have done so that they don't go down the same road of sexual impiety? He saw her passed out and drunk, and he said he couldn't go to sleep. He was so horny, he could not go to sleep until he had been with her. Do y'all see this? And immediately a messenger of God revealed to my father concerning my piety. An angel of Yah came to Jacob and told him what his son had done in his bed. Do y'all see this? And immediately a messenger of God revealed to my father concerning my impiety. And he came and mourned over me and touched her no longer, because she had been defiled, and so had his bed. Chapter 4. Pay no heed, therefore, my children, to the beauty of women, nor set your mind on their affairs, but walk in singleness of heart, in the fear of the Yahweh, and expend labor on good works, and on study, and on your flocks, until the Yahweh gives you a wife, whom he will that you do not permit, as I did. For until my father's death, I did not have boldness to look in his face, or to speak to any of my brothers because of the reproach. Even until now, my conscience causes me anguish on the account of my impiety. He felt bad for what he did. He had a contrite heart about what he did. And yet my father comforted me much and prayed for me to the Yahweh, that the anger of the Yahweh might pass from me, even as the Yahweh showed. And from then until now, I have been on my guard and have not sinned. Therefore, my children, I say to you, observe all things whatever I command you, and you will not sin. For the sin of fornication is a pit to the soul, separating it from God and bringing it near to idols, because it deceives the mind and understanding and leads young men into Hades before their time. It's going to get you put to death before your time. Remember this now. This was his father's woman. Okay? People will sleep with your woman knowing that she literally lives with you, sleeps in the bed with you, but they'll think you're gone to work or think you're on vacation or whatever. They'll know that you and your wife live together, but you're not available at the moment, so they'll try to sneak in the back door. Okay? And because of that, many men die before it's time. Okay? Where we at? Where we at? For fornication has destroyed many, because though a man may be old or noble, or rich or poor, he brings reproach on himself with the sons of men, and derision with Belial. For you heard regarding Joseph how he guarded himself from a woman, and purged his thoughts from all fornication, and found favor in the sight of God and men. For the Egyptian woman did many things to him, and summoned magicians, and offered him love potions, but the purpose of his soul admitted no evil desire. The women of Egypt were even doing witchcraft to try to get Joseph to have sex with them. Do you see this? Married women who lived with their husbands. Therefore, the God of your fathers delivered him from every evil and hidden death. For if fornication does not overcome your mind, neither can Belial overcome you. Do you hear this? Chapter 5. We almost done. For women are evil. Yikes. For women are evil, my children, and since they have no power or strength over man, they use schemes by outward attractions, that they may draw him to themselves, and whom they cannot bewitch by outward attractions, they overcome him by craft. That's sorcery. For moreover concerning them, the messenger of the Yahweh told me and taught me that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men. Now I know a lot of people out there, they're not gonna like that. You know what they're gonna say? He's teaching hate for women. Yeah, right, nigga. We're reading the truth. Doesn't matter who likes it, doesn't matter if I like it. This is reality. Just listen. And whom they cannot bewitch by outward attraction, they overcome him by craft. That's witchcraft and sorcery and rituals. For moreover, concerning them, the messenger of the Yahweh told me and taught me that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men. Basically saying that women are more hornier than men, and they are more susceptible to go off because of sexual lust even more than men. I know a lot of you out there don't believe that, but it is true. Okay? Listen. And they plot against men in their heart, and by means of their adornment, they first deceive their minds. That's talking about the makeup and the outer appearance, the jewelry, the blush, the lipstick. And by the glance of the eye, instill the poison. Oh my gosh. By the glance of the eye, instill the poison. A woman can look at a man in such a way to create a firestorm of lust in your heart. Every man out there, a lot of you men out there, you've received that look from women before, whether you know them or not. They can look at you in a way that will light a bonfire of lust in your heart, and that is not by accident. Okay, listen to this. We some of us already know this, but now you're reading about it from one of your forefathers. Listen, and the glance by the eye, and by the glance of the eye instill poison, and then through the accomplished act, they take them captive. What's the accomplished act? Taking your seed, performing some kind of act to get you to release your seed. Once a woman gets you to release your seed, a feeling comes over you. I'm talking to somebody out there. Comes over her too. Okay? That's what it's talking about when it says, and then through the accomplished act. What act? You busting your seed, nigga. That's the act. They take them captive because you get addicted to busting your seed. The woman did something that felt so good, she made you release your seed in such a way. Now you belong to her. She literally owns you. Okay? I'm talking to somebody out there. Somebody out there knows exactly what the hell I'm talking about too. For a woman cannot force a man openly, but by a harlot's bearing, she deceives him. She can't overpower you. She can't make you do what she wants forcefully. But by a harlot's bearing, which means the way that she looks on the outside, also, once she accomplishes the act, there can be many ways that she can get you to release the seed. And some women can be very talented in their ability to make you release your seed. They'll make you release your seed in such a way you will become her captive. And then you will then become literally hooked on that woman like a drug, and you become property of her because she makes you release your seed in such a way she blows your mind every time. And you have to have it. And she knows that. And that's how she gains power over you. She not gonna hit you with the bop, 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 bop and knock you out or jump up in your face. Meh, 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 meh. But she gonna do something to you, and she gonna make you release that seed in such a way, she gonna make you scream and holler. Okay? And you're gonna become her captive at that moment. I'm talking to somebody. Flee, therefore, fornication, my children, and command your wives and your daughters that they do not adorn their heads and faces to deceive the mind, because every woman who uses these schemes has been reserved for continuous punishment. Yikes. For thus they allured the watchers. Uh-oh, hold up. He's talking about watchers. I thought that this sounds like the book of Enoch stuff. You know why it sounds like that? Because Reuben read the book of Enoch just like his father Jacob did. I told you in the title of this video, the majority of teachings and prophecies in your modern day Bible comes from banned books, just like the one I'm reading to you right now. Read it and weep. This is biblical knowledge. You can get mad all you want. We don't care. You can frown your face up. Who cares? It says they allured the watchers. Where is he getting this from? Your regular Bible don't tell you that the woman allured the watchers, but the book of Enoch does. Reuben read the book of Enoch. So did Jacob. Get mad if you want. Who cares? For thus they allured the watchers who were before the flood. For as these continually beheld them, they lusted after them, and they conceived the act in their mind. For they changed themselves into the shape of men. You see that? Shapeshifters. This is why they don't want you reading stuff like this. Fallen angels who want to have sex with women can change themselves into the shape of men. This is plainly written right here. You see that? No wonder they don't want you reading this. This book reveals too much. They don't want you seeing this. And they changed themselves into the shape of men and appeared to them when they were with their husbands. These are the kind of men who created the spirit, I want to take you from your husband. Even though I see you walking down the street holding hands with your husband, these fallen angels would come down, shape themselves in the form of attractive, handsome men, and parade themselves in front of married women with their husbands. Do you see where that spirit comes from? Where everybody wants to go and take the next man's woman instead of getting their own woman? Do you see that? This is all ancient stuff right here. Ain't nothing new. And the woman lusting in their minds after their forms. What form? Their physical form. They had sexy looking bodies. A woman sees a body that she likes, she gets turned on, even if she's married. The fallen angels knew that. And Reuben knew that women get more hornier than men. I know a lot of y'all out there, see, you don't like to have this kind of talk for whatever reasons. The whole world is upside down. They would have you think that men are the most horny. They don't get me wrong. Men are very horny. Yes, men want sex a lot, all the time, damn near. Yes, it's true. But women are even more hornier than that. Now, that's something that I already knew. Some of you out there already knew. I know that without reading the Bible because I don't ignore reality. I don't do it. A lot of people do, so they have to read that in the Bible to know that. Some of you out there already knew that, though. And to the ones of you that don't, well, I just read it to you. Okay? A woman's sex drive is way higher than a man's sex drive. Even though a man's sex drive is very, very high, you ain't got nothing on a woman's sex drive. Okay? Nothing. And that's not evil. It's just the way that they were created. They are much more sexual than you ever could be. They got much more sexual stamina than you ever could have, brother. Sorry to break the news to you for those of you who live in La La Land. We deal with reality over here. And the women lusting in their minds after their forms, after their bodies, after their muscles, after their huge penises, because the book of Enoch told you the fallen ones got huge penises, like a horse. And women know that. Okay? You can act like y'all don't notice if you want to. We don't play those childish games over here. Period. And the women, lusting in their minds after their forms, gave birth to giants. Oh my gosh. The Testament and the 12 patriarchs talking about the Nephilim, women having sex with fallen angels and producing giants. Another reason why they don't want you reading this book. Do y'all see it? I know you see it. And a lot of you out there, you're hearing this live stream. You're not going to comment though, because you don't want certain people to know you watched this video. Even though you are being edified by this and you believe what we're reading is true. But you got other people who are lording over you who would jump down your shit if they caught you listening to this live stream, let alone commenting. Because I'm evil, I'm wicked, I'm going off, Ak. I'm not supposed to be reading these books. These books are fraudulent books, Ak. Yeah, right, nigga. And the woman lusting in their minds after their forms gave birth to giants. For the watchers appeared to them as reaching even to heaven. That means that these fallen ones were like superstars to these women. These fallen ones were rock stars, giants with huge penises who look attractive. Sexy, handsome men with huge penises. It is what it is. Okay? You don't like it? Unsubscribe. I don't give a damn. And neither do the brothers and sisters who want reality. We want reality. Chapter 6. We almost through, y'all. Chapter 6. Beware, therefore, of fornication. And if you wish to be pure in mind, guard your senses from every woman. And likewise, command the woman not to associate with men, that they may also be pure in mind. For constant meetings, even though the ungodly deed is not worked, are an irremediable disease to them, and to us a destruction of Belial and a continuous reproach. For in fornication there is neither understanding nor godliness. And all jealousy dwells in the lust thereof. Y'all know how jealous people get when you sleeping with their spouse. Okay? They'll kill you. Therefore, I say to you, then you will be jealous against the sons of Levi and will seek to be exalted over them. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Doesn't that sound like a lot of Hebrew Israelites out there when it comes to this whole Sabbath situation? And we are letting people know that you ain't never kept Sabbath a day in your life. You don't even know when it is, nor do you know how to keep it. We need the Levitical priests. The majority of the Israelites are saying to hell with the Levitical priests. Look at this right here. It says, therefore I say to you, then you will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and you will seek to be exalted over them. Do you see that? How many Israelites are out there right now beating their chests, claiming that we don't need the Levitical priests? You know why they're saying that? Because all of those people are trying to exalt themselves over the Levite priests, the sons of Levi. Did y'all see what I just read? How many reasons is it that they don't want us to read this book? We keep finding more reasons the longer we read. Wow. Therefore, I say to you, then you will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and you will seek to be exalted over them, but you will not be able, for God will avenge them. Do you hear that? To all of you self-righteous niggas out there who say we don't need Levi, take that. Okay? You will seek to be exalted over them, but you will not be able, for God will avenge them. And you will die by an evil death. Hey, family, all of you dumb, stupid niggas out there who keep saying stupid shit, like we don't need the Levitical priest, shut the hell up. Stop saying stupid shit like that. All right? I don't want this to happen to you. I did not know we was getting ready to read this. What I'm going to tell you right now, any dumb, stupid nigga out there saying we don't need the Levitical priest after what we've been reading today, after what we just read 10 seconds ago, shut the hell up. Shut your damn mouth and listen again. Therefore, I will say to you, then you will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and you will seek to be exalted over them, but you will not be able, for God will avenge them, and you will die by an evil death, for God gave the sovereignty to Levi. Do you know that this is Jacob telling his 12 sons what's going to happen to them in the end times? This is right now. We got niggas all over Israel seeking to uphold themselves against the sons of Levi. Shut the hell up. All right? Period. For God will avenge them, and you will die by an evil death. For God gave the sovereignty to Levi and to Judah with him, and to me also, and to Dan and Joseph, that we should be for rulers. Therefore, I command you to listen to Levi. No, we don't need no Levitical priests. You niggas are wicked. You're wicked. Anybody out there saying we don't need the Levitical priest for Sabbath, you're wicked. Repent and shut your mouth until you do, nigga. For God gave the sovereignty to Levi, and to Judah with him, and to me also, and to Dan and Joseph, that we should be for rulers. Therefore I command you to listen to Levi, because he will know the law of Yahweh, and will give ordinances for judgment, and will sacrifice for all Israel until the consummation of the times, as the anointed chief priest of whom Yahweh spoke. I adjure you by the God of heaven to do truth, each one to his neighbor, and to entertain love, and each one for his brother, and draw near to Levi in humbleness of heart. Draw near to Levi in humbleness of heart, that you may receive a blessing from his mouth. For he will bless Israel and Judah, because the Yahweh have chosen him to be king over all the nation, and bow down before his seed. For on our behalf it will die in wars, visible and invisible, and will be among you as a perpetual king. Do y'all see this? Chapter 7. And Reuben died, having given these commands to his sons. And they placed him in a coffin until they carried him up from Egypt and buried him in Hebron in the cave where his father was. Wow. Wow. Now, why is that not in your Bible? Oh, I forgot, because the Pope said it's fake. He said it's pseudepigrapha. Don't put that in there. Wow, 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 wow. P. West says fire emoji. What up, P. West? Sister Devine says my hubby and I are looking into where it says he was with one of his wives. Billah, Genesis 35 and 22, it says this 8 in the Septuagint. Okay, you see that? Do you see that? This is all connected. The Septuagint, the Old Testament, the pseudepigrapha, the Testament of the 12 patriarchs is all real. It's nothing pseudo about it. Wow. And Reuben told the Israelites, his sons and his brothers, he told them all, listen to Levi. Listen to Levi, because he's the one who knows. But you got niggas in Israel today, and especially about the Sabbath, got the nerve to say we don't need the Levitical priests. And didn't we just read in the Testament of Reuben where it says that the Israelites would seek to exalt themselves above the sons of Levi? You seen it in a live time. See, they can hide these prophecies like they hid the Testament of Reuben, but you cannot stop these things from coming true. Niggas today are bucking Levi seriously. They're saying that we don't need them. They're doing just what Reuben said we would do. They're going to attempt to supersede Levi and to place themselves above him. But Reuben says you won't be able to do it. So shut the hell up out there. Everybody saying we don't need the Levitical priest. Shut your damn mouth. You a liar. And you pissing me the hell off with your fucking lies. King David says, speaking that heat, fire. Sister Devine says, yes. This channel ain't for everybody. It's only for people who love the truth. Reuben told all of his brothers who were still alive, and he told all of his sons and their sons' sons, love the truth. We read that, y'all. We read that. See, they're going to tell you it's fake, right? But there's nothing fake about this book. Nothing fake at all. And like I said in the title of this video, the prophecies and the teachings that come out of the regular modern Bible that we have, most of it comes from books like I just read to you now and other books that they tell you don't read. That's where they're getting the information from. And they're just giving you little drops and pieces of it. You saw in Genesis 49, it was like one or two verses about what Jacob said to Reuben, and that was it. Reuben has a host of information and he gave commands. And Reuben is one of the leaders. Okay, he's the firstborn. Jacob told you what Reuben was. The Sister Devine says Malachi 3, Yahuwah says he must purify the sons of Levi. That hasn't happened yet. Exactly. And see, our people refused to recognize the progression of the scriptures. At one point, we all were in the land. We had the priest, we had the temple. We could run straight to the sons of Levi at one point in history and have them clear up any discrepancies we had. But since Yahweh has destroyed his own tabernacle, he's disbarred the sons of Levi temporarily, but they will be cleansed and brought back, just like King David's going to get brought back And when they do, they still got their position. Right now, we're still in punishment, bumbling around in the dark trying to figure it out. So there's just some things right now that we don't have access to, like the priests and other things like the ephod and the rituals, all kind of things we don't have access to right now because things are on pause. But Levi still has his position. He is still the only one on earth who can straighten this out. And since he ain't available, it ain't gonna get straightened out right now. Okay? Period. And anybody that can't accept that, it ain't that you can't accept me or that you can't accept the brothers. You don't accept the prophets. And that's a personal problem. You're gonna have to solve that on your own time. Sister Devine said, yes, sure, you're right. That's right. And I hope and pray that somebody out there was edified by this live stream. All praises to Yahweh and Him alone. Also, if there's anybody out there who's tired of being abused by their 9 to 5 job and you want to learn to start to build something for yourself, download the free PDF that I created, How to Make Your First $1,000 Without a Job. The link is below in the video description. Download the PDF today for absolutely free. You can read it today and begin to apply it. Okay? Knowledge without application is useless. You got to apply the knowledge. And Yah is bringing forth knowledge in all kind of ways. And we are ready to receive it, and we do receive it. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yah willing, I will see you beloved ones tomorrow evening for the next live stream. Be safe, stay prayed up. All praises to Yahweh and Him alone. Tarvex, Hebrews. I'm out. Joshua the Levite says, Tarvex. Tarvex to you, bro. And Tarvex to you all. Make sure you download the free PDF. Learn how to make your first $1,000 without a job. Sister Devine says, peace. Peace to you, beloved, and peace to you all out there scattered in the all nations. Y'all willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow evening. 4th of July, as they celebrate 250 years of wickedness. See you tomorrow, fam. Gregory Hunt says, Tarvex said Joshua. Tarvex to you too, Gregory Hunt. And you all. Y'all willing, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Be sure to download that free PDF only if you want to learn how to make your first $1,000 without a job. You can do it. You got to learn to earn. Joshua Levi says that Gregory Hunt, Tarvex. Gregory Hunt says, thank you, brother. I love y'all, family. Until tomorrow, peace.